It seems like so long ago that my father passed and my grandfather before him. Sometimes I struggle to recall their faces, no doubt from the stress of ruling this kingdom. My son makes life no easier for me, ignoring my every effort to prepare him to one day be king. I must do all that I can to plan for the future. Yet it is a struggle. I am weary, but I will do all that I can to honor my father's memory.
Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following the House of Drengot, rulers of the Kingdom of Sardinia. And a little bit more now here as we have recently joined in the Reconquista and taken a little bit of northern Iberia for ourselves. Obviously in the name of the Christian faith. Now, as you will remember from the last episode, we granted these lands to our good knight, the able and capable Duke Gerard of House Bork, who is married to Amberga de Hauteville. And although he was just a lowly knight at first, he proved himself many times over, and with his relatively prestigious marriage to a woman from a royal family, no doubt he will serve us well as a good and honorable duke. The other powerful rulers and lords within our land, obviously, are Duke Jonathan of Majorca, who, as you will know, was the son of our uncle, our cousin, and someone we grew up with for a long time. And although our uncle did act against our father on more than one occasion, Duke Jonathan has proven himself a relatively steady and much different man than his father was. And of course, we do also have our troublesome son, Tancred, ruling in Napoli. Yes, Tancred, the drunk, accidental murderer who really cares nothing more than to just enjoy his luxuries and pretty much nothing else. Hopefully his heirs will turn out to be better folks than he is, but I am not entirely hopeful of that. But we shall see. Obviously, Queen Fredesende has a little bit of time left, though unfortunately, her husband has passed away and she does seem to be losing her memories. We will see how that plays into things, but for now, we do wish to continue where we left off. And although we were making moves into Iberia here, as someone pointed out, the Duchy of Tuscany recently split apart after the death of Duke Torgodorio of Tuscany, the son of the powerful and capable Duchess Matilda. And now he and his brother, Tedaldo and Armando, rule these two duchies separately. Obviously, Duke Tedaldo is still quite powerful, but this probably does present our best opportunity to take the lands in Corsica that have been held without of our reach for quite some time. So I do believe that will be one of our first acts that we will be looking into to managing here. I think we can form an alliance with our son. I think we shall do so just to prevent him from getting uppity. And we have a few prisoners that we can ransom. And I suppose we can do that. I don't see any reason really to keep these people in prison, so we can get the money. The money will be more useful to us than a few pointless prisoners. So as you can see, we have a lot of wars we can declare, and most of these are holy wars. But like I said, we do want to act against the Duchy of So it would only cost us just this tiny bit of prestige. And do we have any reason not to just do this right away? We have plenty of money. And yeah, I think we should act now before we have any reason not to. I'm just gonna let a couple days of time run here just to make sure no events or anything pops up. Okay, so there we go. Our son agreed not to get too upstart there. He disbanded his Liberty faction, which is good because that wouldn't have gone very well for him if he hadn't. And as we said, yeah, I think now is the perfect time to take the county of Bastia here. So let us declare our war. We are going to raise our troops here in Corsica. That'll be fastest. So although the numbers are actually relatively even, in fact, he has the slight numbers advantage, I'm not going to call in my ally just yet because, and we do have our alliance in the Duke of Auvergne, but I think we should have the advantage here because we can move into this county right away, and he can simply try to land on the island, and that should give us a lot of advantage there. So I'm pretty confident we should be able to win that. My knight Kenlachen insists that the funds I have supplied him with are not enough to create an artifact worthy of my stature. With just a bit more gold, I could create something truly magnificent. Kenlachen, of course, is the artisan, the Gaelic artisan who is making us... Oh, I can't quite remember what he is. He is making a sculpture. Could make something truly unique. 50 coins. Well, I think we do want to have something really good to put in our court. As you guys have seen, our court is pretty barren right now, so having something nice to put in there would be pretty useful for us. The Count of Verona has joined against us. It gives them a bit more troops, but like I said, I'm still not too concerned. They could move down here into our mainland provinces of Napoli and Salerno, and I'm not entirely not expecting that. Oh, but it looks like they are moving here. I wonder where they're trying to land. Oh yeah, they're gonna land right here in Olbia. And who do we have leading the army? Gerard of Barcelona. Would Jonathan be better off for this? He does have the better traits. It says that would give them the advantage, but I kind of think that these traits are better suited. Crossing rivers and straits without the advantage penalties. Oh, I don't think we have that anyways because of the perk that we got. Rarely do I trust the AI when it says who's got the advantage, but I think we'll go with our better commander in this case. Gerard de Bourg has been pretty good so far. Oh, and it looks like they're actually going to try to... Oh, they split up their army. That was incredibly foolish of them. I'm not entirely sure what their plan was there. Maybe they didn't know we were coming down off the mountains, but I don't think that's going to go well for them. We should be able to whittle down a good chunk of their army before the others even get here. My lady, my knight Kenlachen, gestures me over to the object covered in fabric. With a wide grin on his face, I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done. He whips the covering off, and my eyes grow wide as I see what's hidden beneath. A beautiful statue of Queen Fredesende, painted and masterfully carved. The queen is famous for her enlightened reign over the kingdom of Sardinia. The oak of the sculpture is masterfully worked. So we have now a statue of Queen Fredesende. It calls it Kenlachen statue, but we may rename that to the statue of Queen Fredesende. And it does have the Drengot family motto on there, endurance without wanting. Pretty good bonus, plus 0.3 prestige per month, Powerful vassal tax contribution +5. That's pretty good. And court grandeur bonus +3. That is actually pretty darn good. Let's put that up in our court while this battle rages on. We'll put it over here by this nice little window here. What? That looks oh, okay. It's has clothing on it, which is interesting. That's pretty cool. Artifact details. Can we rename this? Yes, we shall rename it. There we go. The statue of Queen Fredesende. So it's a little bit creepy, actually, honestly, if you ask me. But, you know, it's kind of cool. We do now have a court object, which shall give us some nice, tidy little bonuses. This battle seems to be going pretty well in our favor, although the enemy did just get their reinforcements there, but it will not be enough. We will be taking their army here. Well, I think we're going to try to chase them down. And the enemy's reinforcements are moving in, and we're going to catch them here just after they land as well. So there we go. Let's take down this guy's army. Okay, this was the Battle of Barcelona. That was the Battle of Bonifacio. So let's just quickly check the details of that. Anything of interest happen here? We did have Adam Longspay was injured. They do have quite a few more knights, but it looks like, well, or at least they outnumbered us a little bit on the knights, but we did manage to wound quite a few of theirs. Wow, Duke Gerard of Barcelona killed 152 men himself. Adam Longspay killed 133. Can Locken even? Man, look at our knights. Compare Duke Gerard killed as many men himself as basically all the knights of the enemy side alone. Even Adam Longspay, like, look at the numbers here. Say what you will about the Norman armies, but our Norman knights are pretty incredible. And that was just another one of those previous battles. Our knight Duke Gerard killed Giulio. Excellent, well done. Can we get to them in time here? Looks like we will be able to. They will have a slight advantage here because they will be defending in the hills, more men-at-arms counter, but I think we should be able to take the advantage. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps it is actually going to go against us here. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's turning against us. All right, so I'm going to retreat. All right, so we did suffer a defeat here, but not entirely unexpected. I mean, obviously we can't expect to win every single battle. We don't have enough money to afford mercenaries, so considering this setback, I do think that we will consider calling in our ally Duke Aymon. That should be enough. I don't think we need to call in Lady Mayor Rosalind here. She has a few troops, but I think our ally and the Duke of Auvergne should be plenty. He does have almost 3,000 troops. They're attempting to siege down one of our counties, but we'll go and lift the siege pretty quickly here. Just gonna let my troops recuperate for maybe 1 month here. Oh, my sister left because her husband became the Count of Tripolitania. That's perfectly all right. Oh, it's actually a little unfortunate because she was our spy master. So we can't have our trusted friend as our spy master any longer. But, well, let's see here. Duke Jonathan as our spy master, he's more of a martial guy, but I'm willing to let him handle that position for now. like I said, we grew up together, so I think we can trust him somewhat. All right, where's Auvergne's troops? Looks like they may... Oh, yeah, okay, we forced them off of the county. They are a little bit intimidated by us there. Oh, it looks like Auvergne is landing in Italy proper. Okay. Oh, and now they're about to take to the sea. I don't think we would be able to win this one. What if we switched? Like I said, what if we switched once again? He has flexible leader, forder, aggressive attacker. No, I don't think Jonathan would be any better than Gerard. Well, we would have the... They have the defensive advantage. But they don't have the defender advantage from being on one of their counties. I think we're going to try to attack them here. Give it one more try. No, it looks like we don't have it again. Oh. Okay, we're gonna take this money, but as you guys saw in there, Duke Jonathan was killed in the battle, slayed by Count Rambaldo of Friuli. So this battle has been pretty harsh, but it looks like the Auvergne, our forces are gonna get here just in time, just before our forces were forced to retreat. This is gonna be a crazy battle to look at the details from, you guys. Somehow we ended up as the winners here, but walking between audiences, I overhear my wise court physician Agnes discussing her latest flight of fancy. It is supposedly the strongest potion in existence and comes only from the farthest reaches of the world, or so say the merchants and alchemists I have spoken to. She pulls out a vial of pale yellow liquid, swirling it beneath my courtiers' curling noses. They say it grants vigor and long life and is favored by those who are going into battle, but only the strongest can handle its power. Strongest, you say? Give it here. 41% chance we gain strong potion. Medium health boost. Pretty good chance that it doesn't work. That swill isn't fit for a beast, let alone man, or only God can grant us strength. Well, we're not going to go with that because we are cynical. I wonder, would we try this potion? I mean, we do consider ourselves quite strong. Well, I mean, you know, not in just like necessarily like a physical sense, but although I think we are, because we are cynical, I don't think that we would actually really believe in this nonsense. So yeah, we're not gonna drink the potion. Duke Gerard was wounded by an enemy soldier. Damn, this battle and this war is hard fought, but what does one expect when facing down one of the, you know, strongest of the Italian rulers? Okay, let's look at this battle. So here was the defeat of the previous defeat there, where a few of our men were wounded. Yeah, Manfredo, and a bunch of theirs were wounded and killed as well. But the big battle here, the Battle of Calvi, which looked like it was going against us for a long time there. Duke Gerard of Barcelona was wounded. Adam Longspay is still wounded. But as you can see, Duke Jonathan was slain in that battle. Age 58, so he is pretty old, but still fighting hard. But look at the injuries there too. 3 injured among their own side, 2 slain. Count Adalbert was... who's this Count Adalbert? of Yeligny. He's not one of ours. No, he's one of Auvergne's men. Pretty good amount of kills considering how low his prowess is. But yeah, that was a hard fought battle, and it looked like it was going to turn against us. Luckily, Auvergne got there just in time. Let's try to take down their reinforcements if we can. Did we? No, we didn't stack wipe the enemy army. Oh, it looks like Auvergne is following them into the mountains there. I wake up in a sweat after a grueling nightmare where an owl was constantly following me around and testing my knowledge of the Occitan language. A symbol of wisdom in some cultures, the feathered fiend was stalking me throughout the night, and I dreaded disappointing it. Perhaps there's such a thing as too much knowledge, and this dream is a result of all the stress I feel in keeping my skills sharp. We could forget the Occitan language, which honestly I think makes sense. Our memory is starting to go, and now we don't have a lot of chances to practice Occitan. So yeah, I think we're gonna forget the language there. So I do want to chase their army down here. I think because they'll outnumber us a little bit, I'm a little bit concerned about how... Oh no, they won't outnumber us, but I'm still a little concerned about how it might go. We could pick yeah, let's do engineered for destruction. That'll help us with the sieges. Yeah, I think they're coming right to our they're retreating to our capital. You know what? I mean, could Fredesende lead this herself? I don't think it makes a lot of sense, honestly. She hasn't been leading battles thus far. Duke Gerard is the man to lead our armies, and he will continue to do so. This one we should have a decent advantage in because we are defending our capital here. There we go. One of our mayors wounded, Count Ulrich the Kind. Our knight Adam Longspay killed Count Ordolafo. Oh man, a lot of named characters have been wounded or killed in these battles. It's pretty crazy, actually. This is maybe one of the most intense wars we've fought so far, all for just this one small county on our island. But you know, like I said, what did we really expect? We are fighting a pretty powerful opponent, and we're honestly probably lucky it's gone this well so far. Looks like our steward was probably killed as well. Is it time to give Tancred another chance? He's still drinking, but he has to learn. He has to learn how to rule, how to manage things at some point here. Should we put Duchess Rosalind in charge? JJ's daughter. Make her our spymaster. Well, it would help quite a bit with her disagreements with us. Let's see there. Yeah, she's still at -8. We could sway her over. So we'll make her the spymaster and we'll sway her over. Hopefully she won't betray us too quickly there. And that should handle that. So we do have 19% war score. Once we capture this place, that should be a pretty big boost to the war score. And looks like we're gonna catch them one more time before they can get their troops out into the sea to catch their ships. And this battle should be an easy win here. Our knight Duke Gerard killed Amalric. Our knight Hamelin was wounded. And there we go. Alright, we're going to move into this county and we're going to take that one. We'll do a quick little look at the effects from these battles. Yeah, we've got a few prisoners now, a few more slain here. But yeah, like I said, a lot of wounded and dead after this war has taken its toll, that's for sure. But once we take this county, then we should have the the advantage in the war score by quite a bit. We do also have some prisoners here, but we won't be releasing them until after the battle. Well, I didn't notice we had this kid here. Oh, well, this is Hudid. Who is this guy? We could keep this kid in our court. He is the grandson of the former Count of Tarragona. He is a Hudid. You know what? Let's keep this kid in our court because I think he could potentially be somebody, you know, if he's part of the Hudid family, we could use him to press claims in Iberia. So yeah, let's keep the kid in our court. The rest of these prisoners are from this war, so we'll deal with them later. And now we simply need to siege down this land. He's just a baby, so, you know, we'll be able to raise him basically as a Norman as we wish. To the vile Queen Fredesende, I have been corresponding with your Chancellor, Duke Marco, and it has been a shameful diplomatic display. You are not the woman I thought you were. Who are you, Duke Armando of Spoleto? Well, I don't really care what you have to say, Duke Armando. You're a 15-year-old child. Grow some hair on your chest before you speak to me like that. Certain kinds of edible berries from Arborea have gained a positive reputation around parts of the region for their supposed medicinal properties. They are being shipped out in greater numbers to neighboring areas as a result, bolstering the local economy. Very good. One of those little amusing VIET events. And looks like we will capture the county here right away. Yep, we did. And we can go in for one more battle here. Don't think this will give us all the war score we need, but we will get the ticking war score. I mean, this one war might take up the entire episode, honestly, considering how events have been going. Oh, Duke Gerard was maimed. Ooh. Brutal. How long will he last for? Well, he did have a son, Fulk de Vork, before he died, but, well, we don't know he's gonna die yet, but damn. Duke Gerard, he's been quite the warrior. Oh yeah, we just stack wiped them there. All right, we may have to go into Firenze to finish them off. We captured Alessandro, the Marshal of Spoleto. Yeah, so we are going up against the, let's see, who do we have in this war here? The Count of Villac and the Count of Verona. So, yeah, it is, this has been quite the war. Probably the most difficult war we've faced, perhaps, in this campaign. And just like her father, once again, wanton desires. Well, I think perhaps it's time to become reclusive. Princess Maud will no longer be our friend, but she did leave to go and join her husband, so I think we've just kind of lost touch. Our memory's starting to go. We're starting to realize this, so we are going to become reclusive. Turn events of the realm over to our trusted allies. So yeah, we'll let these lands siege down, and hopefully this will be enough to win the war in our favor here. I think it should be. Yeah, if we can siege down their capital, we'll for sure have the war score we need to consider this a victory. We might even capture some prisoners as well. I am passing through Palma, the capital of my spymaster Duchess Rosalind, when I receive an invitation to visit her castle. As I arrive, she welcomes me with respect and a tour. One thing that strikes me is that the place is full of unfinished projects. I can stay for a while, or just show me to my room. Well, we did, although I'm curious to see what this would do. I mean, we did just become reclusive, so even though I'm curious to see what this does. We gotta go with the option that makes more sense for the character. So we will simply be shown to our room. What just happened? Armando Di Canosa. He must have given into a faction demand or something like that. I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, his younger brother must have given into a faction demand and surrendered all of his titles to his older brothers, putting Tuscany back into the position of power in the region. Damn. Well, luckily, we just finished the siege before he could get the remainder of his troops back and ready here. So what will that do? All hostages taken by all war participants will be released. It looks like the war... Yeah, it looks like the hostages are a big part of our war participation, so we will simply enforce our demands. We will release any hostages necessary. We will collect the fame, the prestige. We'll get the weak hook on our vassal Duke Marco. And there we go. That was a crazy war. I haven't fought one that was that back and forth in quite a while, and man, we lost a lot of people. Duke Jonathan, JJ, you know, a staple of the campaign for a long time since early parts of the campaign, has finally succumbed to age 58, died in a glorious battle. Duke Gerard was maimed during the battle there, aggravated wound. We're not even sure if he will live, though he does have a young son now who will inherit his lands. And overall, that was a hard fought battle, and I think that will, you know, it's going to take our kingdom some time to recover from that. We lost a lot of troops. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be going to war right away anytime soon here, because we need to recover from that. A lot of important people were killed, and that's not something you just recover from quickly here. After all that, we should probably hold court and listen to the concerns of our good subjects here. Let us hear what they have to say. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others proceed to move out of the way so they can observe. Gesture for the first to approach. Who is it? Duchess Rosalind, my vassal, strides forward, clearly eager to hear my response to her position. My liege, Drengot is among the greatest houses of Sardinia. Majorcan counsel should always be heard by the Queen. Excluding your most qualified and prominent followers only serves to sow division and mistrust. You know, she is hunchback, but honestly, she's a very bold woman, this Duchess Rosalind. You know, she really seems to know her way. Majorca will always have our ear. Here you have a fine collection. You know, I think we will guarantee her council rights, but we will demand a greater portion of her taxes. One of my guards approaches my guest Queen Dilda, in chains trailing behind him. I caught Queen Dilda here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Tahrid. Oh, to our Iberian enemies. Gunidilda that's a very interesting name. De Barcelona. That is a prestigious family. Yeah, she is the daughter of dukes, or granddaughter of dukes anyways. Off with her head. I think we will I think we will imprison her. We're not just going to execute her, we will imprison her because she does come from a pretty prestigious family, the House of Barcelona. So I think executing her may be a step too far, but imprisoning her certainly seems within the bounds of what crime she may have committed. And here, our able Duke Gerard of Barcelona, who really, honestly, has served us better than almost anyone else has. He stands before us, his face grave with concern. Well, what we can see of it anyways, as he is maimed. My lady, the threat of France weighs heavily on my mind. King Joffre looms across the border, only days from the gates of Urgel and House de Borg's hearth. You must help me fortify my lands. Barcelonian soldiers and fortifications are all that stand between Sardinia and Rouen. Your responsibilities may indeed justify such privileges. Speak the truth. Barcelona must be fortified. Days we must fortify the capital. Nonsense, France is no threat. I think that we shall indeed, what is this? Fortification rights guaranteed. You know what? I think that we can allow this. We can allow him to these fortification rights because of his position basically on the border of many of our enemies. He can pay lower taxes, and yeah, if he wants to build fortifications, let him do so. Our business here is done. Well, that was quite the war, quite the long and hard fought war, and honestly, like I said, I think that we need to take a moment to, more than a moment, we need to take some time to really recuperate from this, because that was more, I think, than we expected that it was going to be. So while we allow our lands to heal, our people to recover, Queen Fredesende slowly retreats from the world, and perhaps the transition to a new ruler will be sooner than we expect. But will he be ready? I honestly am not entirely sure that Prince Tancred will be ready to fill in the shoes of his mother, his grandfather, and his great-grandfather. But we shall find that out in the next episode. As always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like and feel free to comment on what you think the events of the next episode will entail. I know some people were talking about expansion here into northern Italy, and obviously there are further places to expand here in Iberia, but I think that we need to take a little break from expansion and allow our realm the time to recover. But let me know what you think. As always, I have been Stray. You guys have all been absolutely wonderful, and we will see you in the next episode.